What was the map, do you remember?
No idea.
What was the map? Inferno is the map. So, Method currently winning on the T side. We're going into that round in just or that game, sorry, just a second. And here we are. 4-5 right now. Reason Gaming 4 rounds on the CT side. And actually, their money is fairly weak on both sides. So the winner of this round should really set the pace as to how the rest of the half go. That does go. This is a long night, Jack.
Yes, indeed. The smokes have gone down early towards Banana. Weber is going to be leading the charge here. Method into this one. Everyone actually has a fairly stable buy. It's just Weber that's missing the AK.
He is indeed. You think he forgot it behind? Left it behind?
You never know.
You never know.
Did a Neff, he threw it away.
Yeah. Yeah. Bomb towards T-spawn. 1 minute 25 on the clock right now. 1 round separated these two teams. Money is low on both sides, which means Reason win this. They force Method onto a force buy maybe or an eco. And that's how they can finally get themselves back in the lead. The same goes for Method right now. If they win this round and force the eco from that CT side, that can be their gateway to getting to 7 to 8 rounds and winning this half already on the T side Inferno. Method been struggling recently as well. This win would mean a lot to them. They lost last week. They lost at the weekend as well. They need wins on the board.
They do indeed, as Jenko will claim the first frag, takes the scalp off of Karmapanga. Mace will retaliate, the super sub turning into effect. Ooh. Actually, Jenko in the elevated angle, that is beautiful. Flexing his aerobic skills there as he takes down Cinder, leaving them in a 4 versus 3. Cray attempts to rotate over, but he's caught off guard by Jenko. No! Cray does actually find the kill now as they're moving their way through. The nades are rolling in as well. This CT retake is going to be hard. Although Mace does have a lot of utility to play with, it seems unlikely that they can brute force their way through this Method side. They're in good afterplants and they're playing it smart.
Weber picks up the AWP, provides the frag on Hurdle. Pulse with the AK will take the head off of Cray. 3-1. Mace for utility and the kit. Get the first frag. This is a nice headshot there. Peeks out, gets the second headshot to Weber as well. He has a kit and a smoke grenade.
This is big from Mace if this is an achievable round, but a bit of a whiff comes out. Trust goes to the 360, pulls a nade out as well, and Stanley will take him down. Here's actually a fun fact as well.
Go for it.
Mace online last week in the Premiership looked like a good fit. He looked like he was filling in for Thomas quite nicely.
Are you about to give it?
I'm just saying, he was playing aggressively, he was playing with confidence. In LAN, in person, last Saturday, he didn't seem anywhere near as good of a fit for the team. It seemed like he was very struggling under the pressure that he was under. But online, he seems to be in a form of his own.
Well, talk about that one in just a second. Jenko here. Banana does fall to Cinder, but it's a fast reply frag there from Pulse. 6-4. It's going to be the eco from the Reason Gaming side. B is open as well right now for the taking. Mace now, man, you're just questioning towards how his LAN play was with the CZ flashbang and Kevlar. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Mace, this is one of the problems when you Reason and you bring in a player that has 0 experience.
No local LANs, no nothing.
Never played at LAN.
This is the thing. It's a big environment to be dumped in.
Exactly that. The first LAN is on that stage. But anyway, this is no stage, it's no LAN event, this is online. Best of ones as we do lead into the playoffs. And if Reason can win this, they can be in a good fit to get a top 4, especially after they did win last week versus Excel.
Yep, true indeed. Let's see what more they can actually do here as they are going to be roaming around. CZ in hand as Pulse will be pushing his way through. Does peek into him and Mace does actually shut him down with the CZ. Can scavenge the AK. And actually let's see him just potentially try to save the weapon here, but he takes the fight through. Would have been awkward to try and go for the save. Will be punished. Stanley absolutely giving it.
He is indeed, just like you were. 7-4 with the scoreline. Ooh, Method 3 rounds in the lead. Recent Gaming 4,000 across the board. They can go for a fairly weak buy here. M4, Kevlar, but just a smoke, which is a flashbang as well. Someone's going to have to take the hit and buy utility. It's going to be Cinder and Cray to not buy up those M4s, to instead buy Themis as a full utility. The team players into this round. If Method win this round, make it 8-4, win the half already, and break the bank of Reason, we could be seeing a very one-sided affair here.
Very true indeed. Reason as well. We've seen a lot of them on Inferno in recent form. They have been looking fairly good at it, but what can they actually bring to the table on their T side is going to be the question for me right now. Struggling quite hard in their CT half. They do actually get the man advantage into this round though, as they do a fair bit of damage. It's just 2 players remaining on the side of Method now, as Nilzinho will fall. It's just on Pulse and Weber. But they are 2 powerful people you have left alive on the side of Method into the late round.
They are indeed. They've had their buffs, they've got their gear, they've got good item level. Pulse finds the first frag onto Karmapanga towards Arch, giving the 2 versus 3 right now. Smoke, Molotov onto him. Weber's the flashbang as well. Pulse finds the second onto Cray. 2 versus 2. Pulse is low HP, goes for the third, but then now Weber knows exactly where Hoodlum is. Going to go for the flashbang, goes for the peak, but he's giving it too much time. Hoodlum expects to play. He does find that frag. 5-7 with the scoreline. looking like, you know, item level. What's it now? What's it now? What's that thing you put in your weapon again?
Trying to remember, mate. Artifact power.
Yeah.
AP.
AP, yeah. Not enough AP. Had the item level, but not enough AP.
Yep.
Got to grind more, lads. 20 hours past 2
AP.
weeks, this isn't good enough.
Not going to get into raids with AP that low, mate.
Yeah, exactly. 5-7 will be the scoreline, as Method to lose that one, and they're going to be going for the quasi-buy now. Big round for Reason to win. You can see Kamapanga on a 5-7, UMP onto Mace, and Famas kept there for Cray. That round could have been so devastating to their economy and their first half hit on the CT side of Inferno, but luckily for them, Method did lose it. And now they're going to be on the pistols. This is a round now where Reason can put up their cash.
Hoodlum tagged down early as well. He was actually the most impactful player to the previous round, so shame he gets dinked down so low. Cray goes big though. Nice double kill for him, which will allow them to work their way back into a good form. Pulse will strike with that Tech 9 as he sprints his way in towards the bomb site. Using that brute force post now, hoping to potentially pick the rest of this round back up. Weber will get the bomb plant. Karma comes in from the rear, strikes with a 5-7, but he gets out of there, stays alive, but look how low everyone is.
Low HP on those players. It's going to be Neil Jr. playing the headshot angle towards Pay. He's a big player into this one. Cinder gets the first frag, gets the second as well, and the third. Swings it 180 and brings down Weber. Brings him back to reality as it is going to be 6-7. Method do get the bomb down. They're going to be able to buy up into the next one. Round number 13. 14.
Great play there.
14, actually.
Yeah, that was nicely done, obviously, from Cinder. They have worked their way back through. We're looking at potentially actually getting themselves now into that 8-7 sort of scoreline, depending on how this round goes, really. This is going to be quite an impactful one.
It may indeed. Only one round separated these two teams now as well. 5 AK buy from Team Method into this one. Let's see if they're going to change their style of approach. Go towards that banana control, or if they're going to go for apps control. See how they want to do their defaults. Typically, you see 1 mid, 2 banana, 2 apps. Take control of apps. You come back, you take control of mid. You take control of banana slowly. And then at that point, you have mostly control of the map. And from there, Jack, you do your executes.
Very true indeed. Method actually spin it quite fast here on the early map control game. They take down Mace as well as they get the opening frag. Did he overextend towards Boiler, or was that? I didn't see.
I'm not quite too sure.
I think it was just apps, and they took the fight in apps. So.
Yeah, he did. He did. Mace did full. So, one man advantage right now for Method. It's going to be Jenko trying to probe an entry onto this B bomb site.
Karma will get the response kill though. Comes in with a headshot, almost a second, but no cigar as Pulse will get taken down in the end by Cinder, leaving them in a 3 versus 2. They can recover the bomb. They haven't actually spotted it out because it dropped back by car. Well, barrels now, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I always make the same mistake. But let's see right now. Method have no smoke grenades, so Cinder can now watch the cross freely. Cray spots to see if anyone's actually pushed from Arch up towards CT spawn. And now Cinder giving up the B bomb side. This is quite risky here.
Very aggressive stance from him, trying to play that pixel angle. Oh, they crouch peek it over. So they actually get past. They throw him off. He's going to go for the quick rotate. Molotov comes out from Stanley. Luckily enough, he had that Molotov to play with. This will delay him. Cinder forced to just save right now as he waits for his teammates to rotate in if they want to try and go for this. An abundance of utility, though, Snod. It's got to be mentioned.
Has indeed. 3 versus 2 right now. The next frag is so important as Cinder wins it. Nilzinho, no utility, just an AK in hand in a 1 versus 3.
That is absolutely massive. It's all on Nilzinho here to try and keep them at bay. What can he actually do? Peeks wide, but they've got him cornered in now. Can't even find the frag back towards Cinder. He will get the advantage over him. 7-8. Method, although they did get the bomb plant down, I'm worried for them into what could be this deciding round here, obviously moving on.
Really? You're worried for them?
A little bit upscared. A little bit sad.
Cheeky takes matches last time they're doing.
All right, boys. Chin up. Hey.
Chin up. It's all good. Gets better later on. Anyway, enough of that. We've already seen angry play. That didn't end too well, did it?
No, we don't want to see sad play. We want to see happy.
Yeah, exactly. 7-7 as we go into round number 15. It's going to be the 4 pistol and the 1 AK buy from Team Method on their T side. It's going to be the 4 rifle setup on that CT side from Reason, Game on Inferno. No AWP into this one. Just look how they don't need it. Pulse runs the first there with Cinder and a second frag as well. Kamapanga unable to get the trade kill.
That is critical there. Massive frag now from Pulse, really powerful. Shutting down Cinder is so important, but unfortunately Cray will hit him with a juicy little Molotov. He can't fight his way through the fire and flames and will be burnt to a crisp. Cray will strike as well, attacking Jenko down to a measly 4 HP, but he does stay alive for the meantime.
He does indeed. Through the smoke though, Mace will find the frag onto Jenko. Cray, actually all 3 of these CT players have kits and a very good utility so they can smoke off towards Banana, molly back boxes, molly emo. It's a hard round now to win for Method, especially because Hoodlum is coming from the flank, but Nilzinho's got the flank on flank on flank.
Multiple flanks all over the place as Nilzinho will strike, takes down Mace as he's able to execute him there with that CZ. Always fantastic when that weapon is in his hands. Weber just trying to stay alive here, does damage as well, takes the head clean off of Cray. It's all on Hoodlum. The IGL himself has to go big into the round if he hopes to do something. Will sprint his way up towards the bomb site, force Weber to peek, takes him down, but there's a response. The CZ is all Nilzinho needs. The naughty play will reign supreme, and that is going to be an 8-7 half.
It will indeed, Jack. So, who won the pistol? I'm not actually quite too sure. Okay, anyway, we'll forget about that one. We can find out later on. So, 8-7, very close scoreline. This is where the pistol makes a very big impact into the rest of the half because you get that pistol win. If you're, is it Method on 8? Yeah, Method on 8. If they get that pistol win, they go to 11-7. If Reason win it, it goes to, you're right, getting spooked, are you? Oh, Method, yeah. If they win that one, they would be going to a 10-8 scoreline. That's obviously if the team doesn't allow the T's to plant, and if the team wins versus the Force by Adikos. So, close game, and a very important pistol to come.
Your head's always blocking out the Reason there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get the branding in there. Let me fall back a little bit. There you go.
Nice.
Shout out to Blanks.
R&R.
R&R.
Nice, and it's gone. But that is fairly exciting position stuff. Obviously close. It would be nice to know how this got into this, this situation, this game.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know, because we missed it. But let's wait and see what is else to come.
Can you press tab for me, please, Jacob? Who won the... Oh.
It's gone.
Cease to be existed. Karma Panger, 3 for 12. Oh. Oh.
Here's the Karma.
No bang to his yeah. Just yet. Anyway, Pulse pushing down mid now, trying to get aggressive here versus the T's.
Pulse taking the aggressive stance. It's actually catching them off guard. Look how much map control they get as well. Brute force their way down Banana. They have completely secured the middle of the map.
They have indeed. Pulse is towards mid and now trapped. Potentially, though, you can see he's... Oh, that's a nice angle there to hold towards underpass. But instead, Kamapanga will fall back. Kamapanga has the Tech 9. That's quite interesting considering he's had a fairly quiet half game so far.
Just got word in that Method actually took the pistol. So this affects the scoreline quite massively as well.
It does.
That's 3 rounds, I'm assuming, they got off the back of that.
Yeah, should be. So you're seeing really 5 to 7 in terms of buy rounds. So Reason, in terms of consistency, they had it on the first half, but can they bring it into the second? Jacob?
And they did get 3 rounds as well.
Cheers, thanks for that.
Just thought I'd chime in with that one, mate.
Yeah, no,
so
cool.
that is actually fairly effective, meaning that this is a closer game, and the scoreline actually does so. Even though it looks fairly close.
4 to 4. Weber has the double pistol, the double flashbang. Let's see if Stanley's going to need it, though.
Stanley trying to play the defensive stance, force the full back nods as they sprint their way through. They are going to push him hightailing out of there back towards the back of the site. USP in hand, the spot him out, back of the head, goes down, Mace. He's hungry for more, but unfortunately Hoodlum will be able to best him. They're left in a 3 versus 3 as this retake will start to flood in.
3 versus 3. Kit, no kit action on the CT side. Pulse finds the first though in this retake, maybe the second as well, but does actually get dinged up to 1 HP.
Push their way through. Only 2 players remaining on the side of Reason. Can they defend this Snods? Pulse will lead the charge. 1 HP is all he has. It takes a single round to take him down. Weber and Nilzinho, nope. Can they trade efficiently and actually pick this one up? Unfortunately not Hoodlum. Oh. Snaps his way through everyone. That's another 4K for Hoodlum.
Massive round there, 1. Pistols going 1-1 right now. 8-8 is the scoreline. We saw what happened. Reason Gaming upset Team Method Online in the ROG qualifiers only, what, 3 weeks ago? We could be seeing a similar affair here where Reason upset Method Online. 8-8 is the scoreline now. The force buy coming in right now from Team Method. Nilzinho as well does buy up, which means we're going to be seeing no AWP into the first buy, and that could be major into how that CT side will play out.
Scout peeks out early, does miss the shot, tagged down to 42 HP as well as he's forced to fall back here.
He is indeed. Ooh. Mace finds the first one to Pulse, 1-man advantage.
Cinder dives in as well. You thought he'd actually got that frag as he had the movement behind him, but Nilzinho hunkered down. We'll get the damage off onto him with that CZ. Upgrade to the UMP as well as they're hoping to do some more damage into this, but they actually get picked off. Nice play coming out from the T's so far. They've secured the A. Bomb site Weber lands a filthy deagle shot back on towards Cray though.
Stanley from behind. It's caught off guard by Karma. Weber nearly connected the deagle shot just then. HC will take it down. And this is a really weird XFM now Method lineup that we're seeing, Jack. From when we casted them, when did I first cast this team? January? December? Was it January UK Masters Finals? End of January? Or early February? But regardless.
One of those.
Yeah. From then,
yeah.
From the removal of Fry and bringing in Jenko, the team seemed so much more disorganized, chaotic, lack of team play as well. I'm not saying that's only Jenko's fault, it probably isn't. definitely isn't. It's a multiple factors that lead to that, but why is that change of scenario had such a big effect on the team? Maybe the pressure's got to them, or the fact now they have a salary that it puts more pressure on them?
Potentially. That was the first loss we actually saw them have in a LAN final
and they
as well.
just removed them instantly.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me because it's like, they always ask for a salary, and as soon as they have it, is that impacting their play? But who knows? There's any of the USP. One of the players is low right now. It is Cinder, I believe. So can't land a strong use yet. Hoodlum and Co do overpowerment on towards that ace site. Weber and Pulse now last alive.
They're going to be able to lock that one down, get the defuse going on, get the bomb plant going on even. And it is just Weber and Pulse to attempt to do anything into this. Looks like they will just actually opt to go for the exit play. I think it's Pulse rotating back over. Yeah, it will be. So Pulse, obviously map in hands. If they sprint out towards him, even if he gets a single frag, he's going to be very happy with that. But right now, Reason should just be all exiting together and playing it smart.
They should indeed. $600 per frag on that UMP, basically is, to be honest, on that Mac 10. But luckily for Reason Gaming, no one's going to be walking into the crosshair of Pulse's Mac 10. $600 avoided. Why has he just wasted the molly? Oh, he's trying to go for the Dozier. Yeah.
Stop him from saving.
Yeah. Didn't work though, which means he's actually going to be losing $600. So Reason Gaming had the last laugh there. 10-8 will be the scoreline. I mentioned before, if Reason won the pistol, they'll be at 10. And look at them now. They've all grown up.
Rugrats, all grown up.
Yeah, basically. $6,700 into Hoodlum's bank account, and the same goes for Cray and Cinder there at 4K, so they can bump into the next one in case they do lose this one, if things do go south. No AWP on that first barrel from Team Method, which means we're seeing a 5 rifle setup, and how are they going to play this one?
Seems they're going to go fast and furious here, as Cinder will be able to get the opening frag to rips his way through Stanley. Weber can retaliate though, as he takes down Cinder at the very least. Will stunt their push for the meantime.
He will indeed. The pulse, the boost coming out towards Ats, but instead it's not. There's no attention there. It's going to be Neilzenia towards CT to find 2 frags with this smoke.
That's actually quite big from Neil as well. He gets those massive impact frags. They're completely unaware of Weber's location, but it won't matter. When he does try and take the fight, Craig takes him down.
3 versus 2 now. No kits on that CT side. They have to be fast in this one. Molotov onto Craig. Flank coming in from Pulse. He needs to find the frag onto Craig. Otherwise, this could be 11 rounds for Reason.
True indeedy right now as they push their way through. They are going to be scoping it out. Cray pushes up close. Neilzenia is actually having a monster of a round as he picks up a 4K, upgrades to the AK, and will get the defuse.
Unlucky scenes there for Reason. Neilzenia finding 2 frags through the smoke. Look at them lined up as well. 1 spray down. The chance of that happening is so unlikely. And even then, even though you find a 2-man spread down through a smoke on the site,
yeah,
it's still a 2 versus 3, which means if there was a 4 versus 3, you have the site, you have extra crossfires, you would have players towards Banana. Pulse might have not got the kill towards Cray. That could have been a very different affair.
Bio will be coming out though into this one, obviously working their way back through. Karma on the AWP.
Yes, he is usually the primary AWPer now that Thomas has gone to Cuba for 2 weeks. Hope he's enjoying his holiday.
Definitely not.
Why is that?
His tweet, you've not seen his tweets, mate?
No?
He's hating it, yeah.
Really?
Not enjoying his time in Cuba, it seems. But yeah, as you said, obviously Karma was the AWPer we used to see in the older Reason lineups.
Before Thomas joined.
Yeah. Now though, returning his name to the AWP, let's see what he can do.
So, 5 versus 5. Slowly right now from the T side. Looking at Thomas's Twitter, went to go play bingo, and they called the numbers out in Spanish. Fantastic. Kill myself emoji. It's quite brutal, isn't it?
Cheers, Thomas.
If only I was there to translate the Spanish.
It's true indeed, but Cinder right now, he's doing some damage himself as he works his way through, translating headshots into wins in this round.
Oh. Nice wordplay. See if we can see some gameplay here from the Reason side. Cinder does fall, but Mace gets the fast reply frag. It's going to be a 3 versus 3. Bomb. Lost in transition, but actually Kamapanga does find the frag onto Pulse, so the bomb is exposed, now they can get it. The bomb site is theirs. Weber flashes towards Arch, but the smoke will cover them for now.
Weber taking the fight through here as he storms his way over, caught off guard by Cray as he wants to deny that rotate. This could be round number 11 actually locked down for Reason at this point.
Reset.
Yeah.
So, standing in the 1 versus 3, spots at the first play, but unfortunately for him, Cray will win that duel. Money is low on the CT side. Player with the most money is Pulse on 4,100. They're putting out to force this one as well. Cinder 23 to 3. 13, sorry. But anyway, 11 to 9 is the scoreline.
Door.
Sorry?
Scores on the doors.
Yep, anyway. 11-9 is the scoreline. Reason Gaming 2 rounds ahead. It's going to be the eco round coming up from Method. It should be 12-9. 3 rounds should be the advantage right now for Reason after this one. For Reason, on your T side, with the AWP as well especially, have a clean round. Have 4 or 5 stay alive and build up your bank using this round.
Very true indeed, as they just have 4 players left remaining on the side, hoping they can at least do something. But it is highly unlikely at this point. They're not even actually getting pushed upon. It's only going to be that stack with Stanley and, of course, Weber. I believe they're in position. They peek together. That's smart. Go for the 3-2-1 peek. But Cray just finds the easy frags as he gets the opening headshot. They're going to push their way through as well. Weber's able to reposition, but he's not got much to play with. Nilzinho arrives on the scene, but no chance he's actually going to get that double kill this time around.
5 versus 3. Notice a Kevlar. Only a CZ brought up for the CT side, and it's going to be 5 players still alive right now, but Cray and Cinder are low.
Frag starting to come out for Hoodlum once again. He is living it large. Craig gets the elevated angle. Oh, that's a good spam. Look at that on towards Nilzinho. Molotov comes in. They can't even try and run the risk of pushing through that.
Can't indeed. Mace finds the frag onto Nilzinho. 4 versus 1. Pulse last alive, does eventually fall. So, 4 players staying alive for the reason. Some means their money is starting to build now. Only player to die was Cinder. Look at that, 8,000 onto Mace. He may have to drop over a gun, but nevertheless, it's going to be 7,000 in the bank of Cray. Then 4,000 to the remaining players. So money is strong on that T side. For Method, look at this, $0 across the board. If they lose this round, allow Method to get to 13. They're going to have to go for a quasi-buy jack. Allow Reason to get to 14. 14-9 should be the scoreline if this round goes Reason's favour. So this is potentially the round that sets the half.
Yep. This very well could be that impactful factor. The smoke will go down towards mid early on. You can see the T's trying to play around this as well. They're actually going to bring to the table here, Stunts.
Exactly that. 5 versus 5, and Nilzinho is tagged up a little bit from the nades. Nevertheless, though, they're going to be playing the 4-man stack towards this A site. Unless they boosted towards B, which they did, so I did get fooled. Ha ha ha. Anyway, Method, they're fooling me. Let's see if they can fool Reason Gaming. Jenko here close, boosted up towards quad. No spammer coming through right now from the Reason Gamers towards apartments. As I say that, though, the spam will not connect. Pulse is, actually, sorry, Jenko is a little bit forward. So it doesn't quite do any damage to him. They might actually anticipate him to be there, especially after they spammed it.
True as well. You imagine they will clear it if they now take that mid-control, but they are backing off.
Yeah. 2 players towards his B site. Standing with the Molotov, flashbang, and the UMP. And then it's going to be Weber as well towards Coil. Good smoke comes out. 45 seconds left in that smoke, and the smoke lands, which means 30 seconds will be when that smoke dissipates. Frag towards mid, that turns into a 4 versus 5. 1-man lead right now for Method, only 38 seconds left. The bomb is going back towards his B site. Cray has to find the entry, but the time is ticking.
Gonna have to go all in on this take if they think they'll be able to pull this one out of the bag. Let's see if that'll be the case though. Right now, as soon as the smoke dissipates, that is going to be when the call is made to go for the power play. Nilzinho is in position as well. In the past, he's been very effective at getting those spam shots, but Abu Weber to get the opener. Nilzinho spams away as well, but he could be pushed on the kill. Killed on the push even as Cray fights his way through, finds the frag back on towards him. Stanley has to return fire with a UMP, which he does do, but makes with a beautiful little flick. But look at the time. They can't plant. They can't win.
Kamapang again pushed, but actually, does he die after time? I'm pretty sure he survived.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 5,900. Cinder wasn't dropped. That's quite strange. He had 4,000 in the bank, but at the end of the day, he will be dropped into this round. 12-10, massive round for Method to win. If they had lost that round, Jack, I would have expected this one to go 14-10, or 14-9 actually. Wow. And in that scenario, 5-round advantage, 2 rounds to close it out. You should be seeing Reason Gaming securing this one. Instead, Method bounce back. They fight back. 5 versus 5 with 1 minute 40 on the clock. No, really. They've seen it peek towards mid with the AWP. He got tagged once again. He went for the same play last time, but just gets naded every single time. If they're doing that, you wait for the nades, or you wait for the flashbangs. You can do a counter flash, which is Shiki do that, and then you bounce back and peek.
Smoke's coming out here towards mid. They're going to try and flash push their way through. Nilzinho will Molotov down. Hoodlum comes out big with an opening frag as well. That's the headshot taken clean on towards Jenko. If he finds his frag back on towards Nilzinho, which he does whilst he's blind, Hoodlum have an absolute blinder of a game as they've now secured the A-bomb site as well. Weber and Stanley have to stay. 13 rounds secured for Reason. Yeah. This is spooky.
Can we see the money roll again really fast, Jacob? So, 1,400, that'd be 2.6k on Stanley. No one can be dropped over an M4. So, they are going to save the 2 rifles here. But, if they do force up into the next one, which they probably should, considering the fact that they did win the round or the previous round versus Reason, the best buy they're going to have is 2 M4s, a FAMAS, UMPs, a weak buy coming out from Method into the next one.
A weak buy indeed, mate.
Did you drop a penny?
No.
What did you drop there?
Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that, mate. But anyway, let's see how this one will boil down. Obviously, 2 players remaining on the side of Method. They have gone for the full save. They've gotten away with it as well. No real hunt has come out from Reason.
So, 4 players staying alive for that T side. Money is building even more now as they reset the loss bonus to Method. Look at that buy, though. 1,400 pulse. He's going to have to be dropped if they buy, but if they eco this, then yeah. They are going to be buying up to this one. Boss buys the Kevlar helmet. He can buy a double flashbang or a smoke grenade as well. Drops come in. It's going to be Famasis across the board. 2 rifles right now. And what does Neilzini have in his arsenal? It's going to be the CZ. Extremely weak buy here from Method. If Reason win this round, make it 14-10, break the money of Method, the round and the game could be over.
Look at this as well, playing with confidence. They charge their way through and just try and take that aggression in their favour as they get the opener. Smart flash from Weber here, and he blinds them all. Weber can go huge as he gets the opening kill, but it's short-lived. Hoodlum, the IGL that has been playing so strong, will punish Neilzinho. CZ in hand, sprinted through the smoke, but it doesn't pay off in the fashion he wanted it to.
This isn't the Method that we're used to seeing. Pulse in a 4 versus 1. It's going to be 14-10 right now in favour of Reason, but this isn't the Method we're used to seeing.
A month ago,
this would have been outrageous, wouldn't it?
Weber, no, I'm thinking Weber on that play would have got that spray down.
I don't think that really makes much of a difference.
I
spoke to him. I spoke to him. Sorry?
I think he would.
Who knows? I spoke to him at LAN. He said that he has wrist pains and wrist problems. That's why they can't practice as much as they want. That's why they can't play as much. I remember when I was casting him as well. A few extra frags here from Pulse, but not really too game breaking. But I remember when I first started casting them in other leagues, it was like, oh, FM, they're the best team in the UK. They've only got 20 hours in the past weeks. It's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But the reason was, Weber has the pains in his wrist and the bad wrist, which means he can't play more than 4 hours a day or whatever it is. That's why they left
I think he did go through an operation at one point.
Really?
To try it. Yeah, I think
carpal tunnel?
It's not carpal tunnel, it's the other one. Can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember, but that's what I mean though, right? You lack practice because of that.
Yeah.
And right now, 14-10 down. It's just crazy to think, ever since they joined Method, maybe the pressure's getting to them, maybe they need time or more time with the new addition to their roster. Jenko joining for Fry 1. But you bring out our player problems, you bring in a new player to fix those old problems, but you bring in new ones. Right now, Jack is looking at these new problems are more severe, more fragile.
True indeed. It's looking like a bit of a struggle right now for Method. Hopefully they are able to find some form they need to in this round, or this is going to be match point secured by Reason. They played it slow far. There's 1 minute and 13 left on the clock. But the buy is shaky. It's absolutely all over the place.
5v5, 1 minute left on the clock. No one found an entry just yet. Pulse spots our player, but that's a nice spread down from Cray. We'll find the entry. It's looking like we could be seeing Method on no money and versus Reason Gaming on match point if they take this one with the man lead right now. Jenko, though, the max in will find a frag, but the problem is that this player is close on his heels.
Jenko dives through the air, gets into the rear, misses the shot though, unfortunately. Could have been absolutely big. Weber will find the one headshot with the 5-7, peeks out off the back of his own flashbang as well, but he just keeps them at bay for a couple of seconds. Stanley falls to Karma. And this should be match point claim now by Reason. They've got the full B bomb site to play with.
3v1. No kit. Kevlar, AK, and a flashbang is all Weber has right now in the 1 versus 3. You may as well just save this at this point. Allow Reason Gamer to get to 15, have an AK in your arsenal, maybe drop over another gun. Who's that? Sinner's had a bit of a whiff there.
Yeah, Cinder's tagged him down to 40.
They know exactly where he is. Reason has so much money as well, they can actually hunt this one.
Single tap. Doesn't work out. Cinder will shut him down. 15 rounds on the board now for Reason. Looking like Method are actually going to be 0-2 in the ESL Premiership Autumn season.
Yep. They obviously lost on the weekend. They've lost, well, potentially again. I don't want to say that after the crazy comebacks we've had, well, today and the previous weeks as well. But Reason Gaming, 50-10, match point. They're playing versus a very weak buy from Method right now. 4 UMPs, a Deagle down to Pulse, and flashbangs, smokes to fill out the rest of the buy. On the flip side though, Reason Gaming at 15, they're going to have 5 AKs. No ult for themselves, but they might go for a contact play here. They have the round advance. They have 5 rounds to play with, Jack, so they can get a little bit aggressive, take some risks here as they have rounds to concede. Could just be seeing a simple 8.
Could be indeed, as the push will be coming through. Seems like it is going to be just a slow default for the meantime. They are keeping the pressure on though. Jenko's low as well. He has to fall back early. They do take this fight through towards the A-bomb site, and peek out. Pulse only has that Deagle to play with close by quad, so they might actually be able to get the better of him.
They might indeed. Bomb back towards T-Spawn by Banana. 3 of these players following in as well. Weber towards the boosted angle and standing there the UMP as well. 2 UMPs to hold off the 5 AK play coming out from Reason. With 1 minute left on the clock. It's all going to be 3 players towards the A side. Neilzini is going to be heading towards his B side. It's a good read here. Good smoke thrown there by Stanley. Will delay the push for maybe in 15 more seconds.
It's very true. Utility is actually quite limited on the side of Reason as well. 2 mollies, 2 smokes, and 2 flashes.
So, here it comes. Execute towards his B site. Molotovs galore.
Weber's location is critical as well as he's able to get the opening frag. Tries to go for the fadeaway, but it doesn't quite happen. Neilzinho shuts off Makes here as they fall back. It's just 3 players remaining on the side of Reason where they start to damage. Karma steps it up as he gets 1. Weber can retaliate though. It's on Crate and Hoodlum. Hoodlum, the whiff on display. He gets punished. Pulse with a powerful frag as well. Deagle shot comes out to keep themselves alive. That could have been the end right then and there.
15-11 now. Method, they win the round with the UMPs and the Deagle, which means they will be able to buy up for the rest of this remaining game as long as it goes until they concede a round. But that's good for them. They're going to have M4s, AKs, potentially an AWP as well if they do pick it up. So, the worst has happened. Life gets better. Now they're going to have M4s and AKs for the remainder of this regulation time if they can make it back to OT. But it's going to be 4 rounds they need on the trot. Reason Gaming now. 5 AK setup once again. They're a team that don't really like to go for the AWPs. Or they don't buy it up into every round. Instead, they go for the 5 AK setup. And those pay dividends for them as they are 15-11 up right now. 2 players towards app. We're seeing a normal default. Well, not really, actually. Fairly slow default here. Usually you'd see 2 towards Banana, 1 towards mid, 2 towards apps. This time, though, it seems like they're all conjugating towards middle in this A site. 2 players towards apartments. Flashbang could come over mid. They can actually smoke off Mini, or Moto, as they call it in America, by library. You can smoke that off, actually push up through quad, and only be able to look at the angles from pit and site.
Playing the long game right now. Still a minute on the clock as they have an abundance of time to play with. Neilzinho does actually get forced back as well. They know his location. Cinder gets the opener towards Neilzinho as well. He's actually sniped him down from apartment. Genko will retaliate, but look at this. They float at the right time and they all play together. This is so smart. They've secured the A bomb site. It's a long rotate for Stanley and Weber. They just need to fall back and grab the bomb, though, Snots. They haven't been able to get advantage just yet because the position is left them, but it doesn't matter when Craze doing stuff like that. Shuts down Stanley. Weber would need to 1v3 clutch to win this round.
Has a kip and full utility, though, to his favour. 30 seconds on the clock. The bomb not planted just yet. Maybe expect someone to be behind him, or maybe they're going B. But instead, bomb planted is 40 seconds. Make it 35, including the defuse kit. What can he really do in this scenario? T's going to hear him running. He has to play this one fast. Smoke off towards mini pit. He can peek towards Arch and maybe find the frag onto Cray. But Cray's a boiler. He doesn't have to peek. And actually, he can wrap around towards Arch as well. So, 17 HP on TM. Round should be, and the game should be done.
Yeah, this should be Reason securing themselves with a 2-0 in the standings, but let's see if that is going to be the case, or if somehow Weber can do the unthinkable. At this point, it's as good as done. Hoodlum will peek out. The IGL goes big. Massive display from Reason there, as they do get themselves 2-0 in the standings, and unfortunately for Method, that's going to leave them right at the bottom of the table.
Yep, 0-2. I'm trying to think, who else is 0-2 right now? Is there anyone?